Hey, what's up guys, Stefan here, and today I'm going to talk to you about how I converted my bedroom into my home studio. Now, I did a video on this a couple of years back and it got some great feedback. However, I've got new pieces of gear and I've got new subscribers, so I thought it would be a great idea to do an updated video. Hopefully you can gain some inspiration for your own bedroom studio back at home. That's what this video is here for. Not everybody has the luxury of a spare room in their house to create a dedicated home studio, so sometimes a bedroom is all we have. But that limitation need not stop us. It didn't stop me, and I'm going to show you how. Cool, so the first step I took in converting my bedroom to a home studio was I just partitioned it. I put a curtain right down the middle and said, on this side is my personal belongings, on this side is the home studio. So this creates a great focus. So when people come in, I just draw the curtains and it looks like and feels like a dedicated space. And I've heard that from people's mouths who've come to record. I've actually changed the curtains since the last video. These ones are of a better quality and they actually block out the light a lot more, so you can't see through them when the light is glaring, which is good because the other ones you can see straight through them and that kind of defeated the object. I've also changed the brackets that I'm using for the railing. I'm now using these shower brackets that go straight into the wall, which is better than the ones I had before, which were hanging from the ceiling. I actually tore the curtain down twice and pulled it out of the ceiling. This way, nothing's falling down. For my studio table, I'm using a 3-tier table. Well, it was 3 tiers, but we'll get onto that in a moment. You may remember this table from quite a few of my older videos, but when my studio got destroyed and I had to move into my bedroom, the 3-tier table just could not fit. Well, I tried for a few videos, but then I decided, no, this is way too big. I don't have any space. So I actually got rid of it and I bought that black table that you would have seen in some of my videos. But the issue there was that I didn't have a lot of table real estate, so I couldn't fit a lot of items on that table. And my speakers were paired way too close together for my listening position. So one morning I had a light bulb moment and I thought, you know what, why don't I just chop the 3rd tier off the table? That way it would fit in my room. It kind of broke my heart because it's such a nice table and I had to destroy it, but now it fits in the room a lot better. So if you're looking at 3-tier tables but you don't quite have the space in your room, you might just do what I did, just get a hacksaw and just cut it down. It's funny though because the old studio, the door to get inside is totally destroyed. Like it's so hard to get inside, and my dad said there's no way you're getting this table out of the old studio and into your bedroom. But once I get an idea, there's no stopping me, man.
Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
Once I had my curtain up and the table in place and I knew what position it was going to be in, and I had my Mackie MR5 monitor speakers up, I could then think about acoustic treatment, and I placed my panels accordingly. These panels are fiberglass, which has a great absorption coefficient, and they're wrapped in material, so it looks pretty nice. If you were to make them yourself, which is probably cheaper, you could also wrap them in different color materials, depending on the vibe and the color scheme that you want to go for. I'm a simpleton, so I just went with black. The bonsai tree I actually placed there to give it a splash of color, but I'm actually got a confession to make, and it's been eating me up inside for so long now. You probably gathered, man, that bonsai tree, man, is fake. It's fake, man. I picked up like that. I don't know if you noticed, it's never grown. Like, I've been holding on to that for so long and it's been chewing me up inside. I'm a fraud. But yeah, it's good to get that off my chest. It's gonna stay there. It's gonna stay there always because it never dies. So I don't have to look after it. I don't get any flies or anything like that. So it's great. Those of you that know a thing or two about acoustics, you're probably thinking, why the heck is your table in the corner? Well, I just moved this recently, and I moved it for YouTube purposes. Really, it allows me to get a better angle for my YouTube videos, and that's the only reason. See, I think about you guys first, man. My mixes are suffering now, but you guys come first. But let's jump onto some of the pieces of gear that I use in my home studio. So behind me I have the Complete Control S49 Mark II. This is my MIDI controller or smart keyboard that I use with all of my doors. It's great for controlling Logic and also the Machina software. For my condenser microphone I use the Rode NT1A, and on the table lives the Machina MK3. This has really changed my production workflow having this device here. My monitor speakers sit on these RLX mopads, which helps combat the influence of the table with what I'm hearing out of the speakers. The Scarlett 18 in, 8 out, which has been a great addition because of all the outputs that I have here, especially having 2 headphone outputs for when I'm recording people. The whole system runs off of my late 2015 iMac, which has a 3.3 GHz quad-core Intel i7, 16 GB of RAM and a 512 SSD. Despite having a decent amount of storage space, I still use an external hard drive, which is 2 TB. This is where all of my samples live, and I also do backups and archiving on this device, as well as in the cloud too. Next to my external hard drive, I have a USB hub, which has my iLock inside of it, which has some of my licenses for some of the plugins that I own. And interestingly enough, I also have the audio interface and my keyboard going into this USB hub. It's not that I don't have enough space to put these straight into the iMac, it's the fact that my brother also uses this space from time to time, and it allows him to literally put his laptop down and plug straight in. Then he's got the whole system working for him, so he's got the audio interface and the keyboard working. The reason that I'm able to do this and feel confident about it is the fact that both the keyboard and the audio interface are both powered. So they're not USB powered, they're powered at the wall. So I don't have to worry about the USB hub ever cutting out because both items are drawing too much power, and it's never cut out. And I've also had no latency or anything like that when it comes to recording. I thought that might be an issue, but it's been fine. Another new addition is the chair that I'm sitting on. And let me tell you a story, man. My last chair almost killed me. Literally, I was listening to music, I think, and I was feeling it, and I was bouncing back, and you know, when you get into the groove, and literally, man, the back just snapped off. Man. I went flying, and I was using the chair without a back for so long, and I was complaining about back pains and all this stuff, and finally got around to getting a new chair. And I'm telling you, man, like my workflow, like everything, my work ethic, everything is just 10 times better, man. I'm telling you, with this chair I feel good. I can work a lot more. I know it sounds kind of trivial, but if you're sitting in this thing 8 hours a day or whatever, you need it to be comfortable, man. And it's really helped me with my work. Sean Devine said it himself, man, the studio chair is the most underrated item in the studio. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other small little bits I have is like I have this book that I keep on my table. There's something about writing in a pad as opposed to typing. Any ideas that I have, they go straight into this pad first. And lastly, I keep this box under the table with all of my cables and so on and so forth. I have every kind of cable you can think of in here, and all the kind of adapters that you may need. If you gain some inspiration from this video, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below, because that's the goal. Also, what studio purchases are you looking to make this year to add to your home studio? If you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I post every single week. I've been Stefan, and as always, happy beat making.